Alright, and welcome. Where is that? Follow advanced. Oh, something happened. Alright, welcome to the pre-race of the Forza Summer Series here at the Over30 clan. This is season number 5, race 1. We're going to be doing a 3-lap beginning race to dictate the pole position for the final actual race that will be happening in about 15 minutes. So we're just getting settled in here, getting the cameras all warmed up and ready to go while they do their pole lap. And we will give you an overview of the drivers and what everyone is doing once I get to the camera type that I want. Roof, no, rear facing. Roof, what's a roof? There we go. Alright, so we got Vindadu. So from what I understand, they have the ability, if they want to, take off from the line later than the rest of the drivers in order to give themselves a little bit of space. We also have collision turned off for the pre-race. This is really just to capture the best lap times from each driver, so they can dictate the pole position for this particular race. So this is just meant to figure out which order they're going to be at the line for the actual race. So we'll be doing 3 full laps here. The best times will be ranked, and the fastest times will be at the front of the race, where the slower times will be at the back. And this is going to be done on a race-by-race basis, so that we can make it fair for the more advanced drivers to be able to get up in front and get out of everyone's way. We'll have a better spread on the racetrack itself. And this is probably a bit of more of a competitive way to determine who may be in front. So let's take us through the drivers, I guess. Alright, so Trino Butts. There we go. So Centrino Butts is driving a 2008 Dodge Viper STR10 ACR. It's tuned by not available. I think it's a custom tune. 6.8 speed, 6.7 handling, and a awesome yellow black stripe paint job. We got Black Death, the leader of the Over30 clan, running a Shelby GT35R. 7.2 speed, 6.5 handling, beautiful blue paint job with a black stripe and red pinning, which is fantastic. Vindadu in a Shelby GTR 350R with a top speed of 7.5, handling 6.3, and a Bue gloss black paint job. Got GCAV running a 1968 Alfa Romeo with 7.1 top speed, 6.4 handling. We have Ven driving a Corvette ZR1 with a beautiful yellow paint job. Almost skipped over out cold. He is driving a silver bluish highlight paint job on a 911 GT2 RS with an 8.0 top speed, one of the fastest cars we've seen so far. We got Delray running a GTCR Lusso with a 7.5 top speeds, 5.7 handling. We're seeing a lot of different cars in this series. A lot of times we find a lot of drivers driving the same car, but we seem to have a very large spread. So we have Anita Brake and a Viper ACR with a 6.5 speed and 6.9 handling. The gloss black and a pretty awesome fin on the back. And that is our 9 drivers today. So let's go back up in front and watch GCAV finish his laps here. Currently on lap 3 of 3, so this should be over quite shortly. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the pre-race, pre-qualifiers to determine the pole position for the actual race. We're in Season 5 of the Over 30 Clan Forza Racing Series, so this is race number 1. We are in beautiful England, in Brands Hatch in Kent, England, which is a very nice windy track. So we can zoom out a bit more and give you a nice view of it. You can see it's a pretty forgiving track with a couple difficult turns, especially right after the line. The second major turn is quite a hairpin, but the rest of it seems pretty tame. It is a fairly wide map, giving a lot of drivers the ability to have a lot of positions to pass. So it should be a pretty exciting race once we get into it. We're just finishing up the pre-qualifying laps here before we get into the race. The race is 21 laps, with 1 lap being in pole position, or 1 lap being a pace lap. And there we have it. So Black is now going to put the drivers into the pole position order dictated by their times from the pre-qualifying race. So just give us a second here while we get this started. So far we have Indaxian in first, Vindio in second, Citruna Butts in third, GCAV in fourth, Toucan Sam in fifth, Black Death in sixth, Del Rey in seventh, Out Cold in eighth, and Anita Brake holding up the rear in ninth position. And if you're just joining us, we're just getting started with the main event, the 21-lap race here at Brands Hatch in England. We have 9 players, or 9 racers today. We just finished the pre-qualifiers, and we're just sorting out the start order for the next race. The next race will be a 21-lap race, with the first lap being a pace lap. This is Season 5, Race 1 of the Forza Summer Series Racing Classic here at the Over 30 Clan. This is a race that we hold twice, or a season we do twice per season. We have a summer and then a winter series, twice per year. And this is the 5th season of that, so it's pretty exciting. Title says it's a test stream. Uh-oh. Fixing it. Race number 1, Brands, England. Okay, we should be updated. I hope it is. Let's just make sure here. Oh, come on. In the butt. Hey, Blake, just give me one quick minute.
Yeah. Kiv, and then Vinny. And then
That's sorted by clean and then dirty. Are you ruling out the dirties then, basically? Is that what's...
Not ruling it out.
Just-
It'll be ranked after.
Del Rey.
So you're after all the clean laps first on the dirty side.
Mainly because
Toucan.
if we didn't care about clean versus dirty, then fast guys would probably start cutting the track.
Alright, so just make sure this is all updated.
Maybe.
Yeah, we had a chat about this before you guys showed up earlier, and we're talking
and
about
so they go there,
how
and it's in the
lap times would show up, and
it's in
we
the
didn't know about
office
this
sequence.
ranking
It's
feature.
in Tony Stark's
At
office.
that point, we didn't know. If you just compare lap times, it'll... If you
Alright, we're good to go.
run all dirty laps, it'll just list your lap time as the top dirty lap you have. This feature where it sorts lap times, we didn't even know about until we ran the race. So.
Alright, good to go, Black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, a little technical difficulty there, but we finally have it fixed. If you're just joining us, we are about to start the first race of the 5th season of the Summer Series Forza Classic here at the Over 30 Clan. This is a 21-lap race, with the first lap being a pace race. We just completed the pre-qualifiers and are just setting the order here for the start of the race. We see Vixen is in first with a nice Corvette, Vendatti with a Ford Mustang in second, Centrino Butts with a Dodge Viper in third, GCav with an Alfa Romeo in fourth, Toucan Sam Dodge Viper in fifth, Black with a Ford Mustang in sixth, Del Rey with a Ferrari GTC 4L in seventh, Out Cold with a 911 in eighth, and Anita Brake with a Dodge Viper in ninth position. So we're just getting everything set. We should be starting very shortly, just waiting for the leader of the race, Black Death, and also the leader of the Over 30 Clan here to get us going and kick us off for this exciting race. We are driving S-Series cars today. We do have a couple cars that we have banned. We banned the Lotus 340R, the GT1, and the Donk GTO. And we're racing today on Brands Hatch. It's a beautiful, sunny, blue sky day in Kent, England. So very lucky indeed. Alright, looks like we're about to get started. Hey, Cowabunga. How's it going, man? I'm not actually in England, but I am commenting this race, so I feel like I should be there. We're just going through the kind of the pre-warm checkup here, just making sure all the cars are ready and everyone's tuned properly, and we'll be getting started very shortly for the main event. As I mentioned earlier, the first lap is the pace lap, followed by 20 regular laps. Pole position has been predetermined by a pre-qualifying race that happened just about 10 minutes ago. We're just waiting for the final lineup to be secured, everyone to get their cars ready, and we'll be getting going. This is, of course, the 5th season, race number 1 of the Forza Summer Series here at the Over 30 Clan. Want to learn more about the Over 30 Clan? It's www.over30clan.com. Thanks, Cowabunga. I appreciate the raid. That's awesome. Hopefully you have some good racing fans here. For everyone who just joined us, we are about to start a 21-lap race with the first lap being a pace lap. This is the series Forza Summer Series that we run here at the Over 30 Clan. You must be a member, obviously, to join, but it's a series that we do twice a year. We do a Summer Series and a Winter Series. This is season number 5. This is race number 1. 20-lap race with the first lap being a pace lap. S-Series cars, we have a couple banned cars today. Lotus 340R, GT1, and Donk GTO. We got a lot of pizza coming up in the chat, which is fantastic. Forza Love. Awesome. Cowabunga dude. Hi there. Hey, everyone. Lots of pizza in the chat. Look at that. Yours truly is not racing today. I am simply your friendly announcer. I'll be keeping you guys company while we watch the race. And it seemed to prompt me to press spectate a second time, which I think is a bit of a bug, so I may have missed right at the beginning there. Oh no, I think they're just kidding. It's all preloading shenanigans. Forgot to set grid order. Okay. And that is the leader of the Over 30 Clan and the owner of this channel, who has graciously allowed me to stream on it so I could bring this race over to you guys. We also like to have 3 false starts. Yeah, we're slightly disorganized here at the Over 30 Clan, but we do eventually get the race going. If you want to learn more about the Over 30 Clan, you can go to www.over30clan.com. We also have a blog that you can find and read. It's blog.over30clan.com. It's a blog dedicated to game hardware and software, like games reviews. Everyone from the Over 30 Clan is a contributor to that blog, and we just write them based on our personal experiences with games and hardware for use to read. And we also have a podcast that you can check out on SoundCloud. Search for Over 30 Clan there, and you can check out our weekly podcast that we run, which is full of excitement and shenanigans, right? So we're about to get started here. I appreciate the follow, Cowabunga DT. Always nice to see some inner gaming love. Hey, Cowabunga, nice. Yeah, good question. Yes, you do have to be over 30. So we are unfortunately age restrictive. The good news is everyone can potentially become a member at some point in their life, but we do require you to be over 30 to join. We do have some very rare circumstances where people slightly younger can get in, but members are voted in based on other members in the community. So we're just starting the pace lap here. Let me just get the camera set up here. There we are. Beautiful. Excellent. Okay. So Centrino Butts here holding the pace in first place. Got GKev in second. Black Death in third. Dadu in fourth. Del Rey in fifth. Ben Daxian in sixth. 4 years to go. There you go, man. Eventually you'll be there. We'll still be around. I promise you that. Need a break in 8th. And the Outcold in 9th. So we're just going through our initial pace lap. Let's go take a look at Centrino Butts and see what he's doing up in front, setting that pace. So we always got to judge the guy out in front to make sure he's setting a very solid pace. We do have a tendency to do a little bit of rubbing and bumping of one another from time to time. We're not exactly the most professional drivers out there. However, again, this is season 5, so we've had hundreds of races under our belt now, so should be pretty exciting nonetheless. So Centrino Butts, almost spinning out there. That would have been quite embarrassing in front of the 14,000 viewers we have tuning in live on the Over 30 Clan Twitch.tv channel. Oh yeah, no, we had tons of fun, tons of shenanigans here in the Over 30. GKev trying to become the pace car. He's probably getting his hand slapped in Discord right now. We've banned members for less. Stay in your lane, GKev. So just a reminder on how this works. We have 21 laps. The first lap is the pace lap. This is S-Series vehicles with a few bands that you can see in the title. We are in Brands Hatch in England. Beautiful sunny day with a little bit of overcast. Should make for an exciting race. So we're just coming past the first pace lap. This will allow the drivers to then press on the gas and gain some speed and actually have some fun races. We have about so this season, it changes every season, but this season we have 12 total races. The way we're doing it, because of disconnects and other things that might happen, is we're only going to actually count the best 10 races that you do. So you have 2 races where you might not be able to make it, or you have like a bad disconnect or something like that, which messes things up. So we've introduced that this season to make it a bit more fair. So we have Centrino Butts here out in front really quickly. Let's go ahead and back up a little bit and see what we can see on the first major turn. This is the second bend. This is the hairpin turn. It's actually probably the most treacherous turn on this track. We have Del Rey and Vindadu, 3rd and 4th, battling for position there. We have Centrino Butts. It seems that he's moving up quite far ahead. Let's take a look at Toucan Sam to see what he's up to. You can see all the drivers here are bunching up quite heavily. It looks like Vindexon is trying to make a move on Del Rey. You got G-Cab almost spinning out there. He hit the dirt a little bit. Lost a bit of momentum, but was able to not spin out, which is fantastic, but he is losing position here quite quickly. We do have a bunch up going into turn number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go take a look at our race leader here really quickly, Centrino Butts, as he makes some serious gains in the very first lap of this race. He is just flying out there, going into turn number 7 here. This is a nice little straightaway. It allows you to get tons of speeds. Restrictions to assets. So there are some restrictions. If I can remember correctly, there's a restriction on tunes. I need to look into the rules, to be quite honest. I'm not fully aware of all the restrictions. Typically it's class-based. And then they set the class number that you can't exceed with your tunes. So that's typically how we do here at the Over 30 clan. Let's go see what battle we have. It seems to have a battle for 5th and 6th between G-Kev and Toucan Sam. Black Death did just end up spinning out there. Too bad we didn't catch that a little earlier. He's losing position, but Toucan Sam is still in the lead here. Let's go ahead and turn on the player info. So G-Kev here in his 1968 Alfa Romeo with a 7.1 top speed. I think he has the highest top speed of all racers today, which is pretty exciting. We'll see what he's able to do on some of these straightaways, as you can see. But we do have a commanding lead out of Centrino Butts, who's way out in front. But we do seem to have a battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th position, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Let's go take a look at our cars in the rear here. As Out Cold is trying to make some pace up here from a need a break. Looks like we might have a bit of a battle here going on between the 4th and 5th position as well. Oh, as Toucan Sam spins out there, almost loses control of his car. Got to get back on that pavement. Just flying around. So as we finish up the 3rd lap here and going to our 4th lap, Centrino Butts has a commanding lead with less than 15% of the race complete. He seems to be driving quite a clean race right now. When we do it, it seems to have a little bit of a spin out there, as Del Rey seems to be making a move here on Toucan Sam. It looked like Toucan Sam must have hit the dirt, because I did see his little pip there slow down quite heavily. Yeah, that dirt on that turn seems to be a major problem. People are taking that a little bit too aggressively, I think, and losing momentum in the process. Oh, we seem to have a battle between Vindixon and Vindadu. Those are mouthfuls. We are on race number 4. Or lap number 4. For any of you who might be joining us, this is the Season 5, race number 1 of the Forza Summer Series Classic. It's a first race of 12 races. We do take only the best 10 races from each driver to dictate their series finish. This is a race that we put on twice a year here at the Over 30 clan. We have 2 seasons every year. We have a summer season and a winter season. And it's a weekly event, so we do this every Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern. And you can catch the pre-race qualifiers at 10:45 if you're interested in that. Alright, let's take you guys through the members of the clan who is participating in the race today. So we have Centrino Butts out in front, who's running into a little bit of problem. He might lose a little bit of his lead because of this. Actually, you can see drivers 2 and 3 are catching up quite quickly from that mistake that he made, so you have to drive a much cleaner race if he expects to finish in first. We have Vindaldi in second. He's running a 2016 Ford Shelby with a beautiful black paint job. He's one of the stronger racers here at the Over 30 clan. Vindexen is in third place with a 2009 Corvette ZR1. He's battling very closely here with Vindaldi, looking for his opportunity to pounce. We're going to have to keep an eye on them for sure. It doesn't appear they're making a move quite yet. They're both driving very cautiously. The last thing you want to do is spin out because you are too aggressive up front. We still have 16 laps to go, so still plenty of time for drivers to make up position if needed. I think I switched to the same driver. Oh, we got GKev in fourth position here with the 1968 Alfa Romeo. He's running the highest top speed of them all, probably why he's having a bit of trouble there as he tries to take these turns a little bit too quick for his car, I believe. Black Death, who is the leader of the Over 30 clan, is driving a 2016 Ford Shelby, the 7.2. Actually, I think, might have the highest top speed of all the cars on the track. 6.5 handling and very good acceleration. We have Toucan Sam running in sixth, the 2016 Dodge Viper. Del Rey, the 2017 Ferrari. And finishing it off, actually Anita Brake in eighth, and then with her 2016 Dodge Viper, and the out-cold in last position with the 2018 Porsche. So the battle seems to be around second and third right now, as Vindaldi is looking to make a move on Vindexen. Eventually, I think they've swapped positions a few times now. We're still on race lap number 6, we still have plenty of times to go here. So drivers do have to be careful. I mean, it's very easy to ruin your race by being a bit too aggressive too early on. But if there's an opportunity, I'm sure Vindaldi will try to look for it and take a pole position from Vindexen. And how's everyone in the chat doing? I appreciate you guys checking us out. Hopefully it's an entertaining race. This race, it seems that everyone's spread out quite considerably, so we may not see too much action here. But typically we do have some pretty aggressive driving near the end, so we'll have to see how everything goes. Just keeping a tab on everyone here as we come up to finishing lap number 7. And Cedrino Butts is just pulling way ahead. It's just an absolute commanding lead right now, with 14 laps to go. Just taking these turns very nicely, not overcommitting. Yep, he's driving a very strong race. He's going to be very difficult to knock out at first, I think. Since Vindaldi and Vindexen have spread out a little bit, so not quite as close as they once were. Let's see if that changes how Vindaldi does his corners here. Maybe be slightly more aggressive, try to make up some pace on Vindexen. We got GKev in fourth. We haven't checked him out too much, but he is driving probably the craziest looking car of them all with the 1968 Alfa Romeo. Just want to take a peek at how he takes this really sharp turn with this car. Yeah, very carefully. Take a peek at Black Death. So he is the leader of the Over 30 clan, also the host of our weekly podcast you can find on SoundCloud under Over 30 clan. He's one of the strong drivers in the O30 clan, but he's also one of the more aggressive ones, so he ends up spinning out probably once or twice per race, which doesn't help him with the pole position. Yeah, we got SoundCloud, we do have the Twitch channel, which we're kind of just starting. We have the blog site, so, but yeah, it's a pretty organized, pretty large organized clan. Fits a niche. There's not too many. The reason why it was started is that there's a lot of clans out there, obviously, gaming communities, but they all have age restrictions, or not age restrictions, but they're all younger people, which is fine, but typically they have different lifestyles than the older generation. They don't have kids and wives and lives and things like that, so a lot of times they'll have activity restrictions and everything else. We're not trying to alienate the younger generation. We're trying to build a community that more suits our lifestyle, which is less serious about gaming, more serious about family and things like that. So we have no restrictions as to what you can do or can't do inside the O30 clan. You come and go as you please. We have a few things like the Forza series which are scheduled, but they're completely optional. And then we also put rules in place where we can, for instance, only count your 10 best races out of a total of 12. So if you can't make 1 or 2 races, it doesn't mess you up for the entire season, right? So we're not trying to be ageist. We're just trying to build a community that kind of suits our needs. Let's take a peek here at Toucan Sam. This 2016 Dodge Viper. Listen to that baby hum. Ooh, are we going to see some pole position changes here between Out Cold and Need a Break? In last place, maybe they'll provide the first excitement of the race. Seems like a pretty quiet race right now, as everyone's kind of keeping in their own lane and not really pressing one another. I think Out Cold is looking to make a move here and Need a Break as they come into the second turn of this lap number 10. And we are revamping our website as well, so we're gonna come out with kind of a new look and feel. So Out Cold was able to pass the Need a Break there. I wonder if he can hold that pole position for any length of time. He is looking like he is making a bit of distance on her right now. Take a look from Anita's angle here as she attacks the Out Cold. Oh. Gets those tires off track, loses a ton of momentum, Out Cold takes off. Yep, just takes one little slip up like that to lose a ton of space. Let's go back to our race leader here, Centurino Butts, as he's finishing off his 10th lap. He's driving an absolutely solid race. He's pulled ahead quite considerably. And we're halfway through the 20-lap race for the season number 5, race number 1 of the Summer Series, Forza O30 Clan Summer Classic. That is a freaking mouthful and a half. I gotta find a better way to say that. Centurino Butts is in first. Let's just take a look at where our drivers are. Centurino Butts in first, Vindexian in second place, driving a very solid race as well. We have Vindadu in third. He's been fighting with Vindexian for quite a long time, but it seems they've spread out quite considerably. GCAV is making a bit of a move on. I don't actually like racing all that much, so I just kind of help out with the announcing so that you can actually see all the different drivers as opposed to just the view from just one person's car. That we can flip around a little bit and keep you guys company and put on a bit of a show, right? Oh, we got Black Death fighting with Toucan Sam right now for 5th and 6th. Let's go ahead and take a look at Toucan Sam's line of sight here as he's looking to make a move on Black Death. Let's just stay here for a little bit. Oh, and we did have a car spin out. As you can see there on the mini-map, that was Del Rey. Del Rey spinning out completely. He's not moving at all. Oh, he pulled over completely. He must be having some sort of trouble. Oh, here he goes as he enters the race again in 9th place. Oh, that is terrible. Yeah, hopefully it wasn't anything, hopefully it's nothing too permanent. Yeah, I'm not a big racing fan. I play a lot of first-person shooters. and things like that. Ooh, did we have someone accidentally enter the pits? That was Vendado, I think, who entered the pits accidentally. Yep. He's gonna have to... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention, there's one pit stop that you have to do as part of this race. And that is why I'm so confused with everyone who's pulling over. You can tell that I've been briefed quite heavily prior to announcing this race. We still have Centrino Butts in first with a commanding lead. He's going to start lapping people. Evan Daxon in second, G-Kev in third, Black Death in fourth, Toucan Sam in fifth, looking like he's making some time up and some position up on Black Death here as we, let's see, laps the second turn in lap 12. Mindadu in sixth, Dale Cold in seventh, and Anita Break in eighth. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of strategy games lately myself. I have a different Twitch channel that I stream on. I'm just co-streaming on this one for Black Death right now. Oh, Toucan Sam has Black Death in his sights. Is he going to be able to pass him here? Looks like he is driving quite aggressively. Black Death did just lose a little bit of momentum there hitting the dirt. Almost got a rear end crash between Toucan Sam and Black Death. We do have collision on the actual race. Black Death spinning out, unfortunately hitting the dirt and allowing Toucan Sam to pass. So Toucan Sam has just gotten to the lead in fourth place here over Black Death, who's now in fifth. Whoops. We've switched to the wrong driver there. That's fine. Whoops. Sorry, the spectator controls aren't the best. Let's go take a look at our race leader again. He's been driving an excellent race, very clean race. Lately it's been Underworlds, the Dota Auto Chess game, and Minion Masters have been two that I've been streaming quite heavily. Centrino Butts just flying here. So I think it's going to take an act of God to knock Centrino Butts out of the first as he pulls into his pit lap. So as I mentioned, you do have to have one pit run at any point in the race. Every driver has to pull into the pits. Oh, yeah, Daxon looked like he pulled over. Oh, he hit the dirt, slowed right down. I see he tries to regain control here without spinning out. Oh, and Vidaxian's now in first. He took that that opportunity to actually pass Centrino Butts, who had to make his pit stop. I'm not sure if Vindaxon has done his pit stop yet. I don't think he has. So that'll be interesting to see how that pans out later on in the race. But Centrino Butts did give up his pole position for that pit stop, so as long as Vindaxian also has to do a pit stop, then I think we're okay. I think he'll be okay. G-Kev currently in third position, as he is flying with his really awesome looking Alpha. So we go to this treacherous turn here. We see a little bit of a pile of Vendado looking to make a move, possibly. G-Kev with just that crazy acceleration after the turn. We haven't spent too much time with our racers in last place here. It's unfortunate. We've all been there. Dale Cold, he's a fairly strong driver. I think he's a bit newer to the Forza series races here at the O30C clan. Takes that turn just a little too fast. Hits the dirt, loses a bit of speed. Other than that, he's driving an excellent race. It just takes one or two major issues to knock you out of position. Let's go take a peek at what Delry's up to. It seems like he's having a bit of trouble. Nope, he's doing just fine. Currently 7th place. Need a break. We haven't checked in on her. She's doing her pit stop. This is actually in the pits right now. And her 2016 Dodge Viper. Anita does a lot of the artwork. She's actually one of the artists in our clan. She did the logo that you see there on this there on top of the player info. Kind of terrible place for the logo, to be quite honest. Let me move that really quickly. Aha! So she is the artist that created that logo for us. And has done a lot of the artwork for the Over 30 clan. Currently here in 9th place. Alright, we're just finishing up lap 15 here. 6 laps to go. Neutrino Butt's still in the lead. So he seemed to make up his pole position there from Daxon. He did temporarily, as we saw when he took the pit stop there, was able to pass him. Then Daxian is currently in second because of that. Ooh. Looks like he was losing a bit of control there. Accelerating a little bit too quickly out of that turn. Take a peek over at GKev. Driving probably the most unique looking car to the group. Nothing beats the design from the 1960s. Love that burnt orange and black paint job. Looks absolutely fantastic. Mendadu in 4th. Looks like he's going to lap our 8th position car. And that classic gloss black Shelby. We got Toucan Sam, the pink stripes, running his Viper. What's that baby purr? Black Death here in his Ford Shelby. Driving a very clean race as well. So typically the tracks that are picked in the earlier part of the season are the slightly easier, more wider, much easier to drive. This is where the members get to spread it a lot more. But as we progress through the season, we end up racing on much more difficult tracks, which are much tighter, and it provides a little bit more opportunity for passing and things like that. As long as drivers run a fairly clean race, we don't see too much action between drivers passing one another, which is a bit of a shame for the spectators of the sport, but the drivers are just showing you what driving clean can actually do for you. And Black Death here being the leader of the Over 30 clan. We haven't checked in on Delray in a little while. Let's go see what he's up to. That's 2017 Ferrari as he finishes up his 17th lap here as well. The Centrino Butts just passing the finish line there. Start of lap number 18, so 3 laps to go. Centrino Butts is in first, and Daxon is in second place with his beautiful yellow Corvette. Of GKev in third. Vindadu in fourth. Toucan Sam in fifth. Black Death in sixth. Delray in seventh. Theo Cold in 8th, and Anita Break in 9th place to end the pack. Let's watch Reese later a little bit. Centrino Butts as he puts on a clinic. Oh, takes that turn quite aggressively. Excellent acceleration out of the turns. Centurion Robot's still in the lead, commanding lead, here on lap 19. He is putting on a clinic how to race in Forza 7. Hasn't made any major mistakes that I'm aware of. Only lost position temporarily because of a pit stop that is a requirement of this race, but easily retained his first place position after that. And Daxton's driving in a very excellent race as well. But keeping up with our first place leader, there's Trino Butts, but hasn't been able to make any sort of significant move. It is difficult, with only a few laps to go, of course, to change that, unless, of course, there's a major sort of act from God or some other mistake on Centrino Butts' hands. G-Kev in third place here, beginning his lap number 19. Let's back it up to Centrino Butts as we watch the closing laps of this race here at the Over 30 clan. If you're interested in learning more about the Over 30 clan, you can visit us at over30clan.com. We also have a blog site where we review games and gaming hardware. All contributors of that blog site are members of the Over 30 clan, and anyone can contribute who's part of the Over 30 clan. And that's blog.over30clan.com. And then we do have a SoundCloud podcast, so we do a weekly podcast around gaming news and events in the Over 30 clan itself. And that you can find on SoundCloud. Just go ahead and search for the Over 30 clan. We are a clan that is dedicated to the older generation of gamers. 30 years and older is a requirement to join the clan, with some very small restrictions, typically 1, maybe 2 years of age. If you know someone in the clan, we've made some exceptions before, but we're essentially a gaming clan dedicated to the older generation of gamers. And I've been your host, O30C. You can find my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/O30C. I am the one of the members and the announcer for the Over 30 Clan's Forza series. Centrino Butts here, just driving a fantastic race. Very clean in how he takes the corners. This is a very forgiving track, but he's driving it just absolutely excellently, as you can see with his positioning here. Just as his tires leave the pavement. And we're in the final lap. Centrino Butts in first. Daxian in second. G-Kev in third. Vindadu in fourth. Toucan Sam in fifth. Black Death in sixth. Delray in seventh. The Cold in eighth. Anita Brick in ninth. So Centrino Butts is continuing lapping all of the drivers here as he looks to maybe make a move for some style points here on Black Death as we finish off this race. We're about halfway through the final lap here. Is he going to be able to collect some additional style points and lap the leader of the Over 30 clan? Black Death seems to not want to let that happen. As we go into the final turn, Centrino Butts does end up lapping Black. As Centrino Butts takes first place. Fantastic race by Centrino Butts. And Daxian in second place as he finishes up his 21st lap. And we do have a time limit, so the racers in the final position may not be able to finish their final lap. But we'll go ahead and check in with all the drivers as they finish their laps. And Index in there came in second. We have GCAB finishing up his lap here in third place as he bends around the final turn here of lap 21. And after we're done here, we'll check in with the drivers and see what they thought of the race. Join their Discord channel and have a conversation with them. Bindadu in fourth place here as he takes the final turn and races towards the finish line. Go figure. Toucan Sam in fifth place as he finishes up the race. We have Black Death in sixth place. Del Rey in seventh. You see, he's about halfway through his final lap. Let's watch Del Rey as he approaches the final turn here. Theo Cold is currently in 8th place. Looks like he's going to retain that pole position as the need to break is quite far behind. And they need to break in the rear with, currently in 9th place. As she passes the line here. But congratulations, the race is over. And Daxian taking the lead with a commanding race. Let's go ahead and check in with the drivers.
Well, we had 10 people. Well, no, Barzil didn't start the race, so I'm going to say 9. Unfortunately.
Hey guys, how's the race?
Pretty good.
Well, you know, that Vendado is a lion-cheating bastard. He bumped me and wrecked my wheel and the pole in the pace lap. So,
The file
he's a dirty son of a bitch.
Are we gonna ban someone again, Black, for another Forza race? We seem to ban one every
we're gonna
season.
talk to the race official who just happens to be Black Death. Black Death, what do you think that we should do? You know what? I think that was a dastardly move. He's gonna get down to 100 PI the next race. This is heard live, folks. Vendadu fined 100 PI.
That's hilarious. So congratulations, Vindaxian. Great race. You guys, both you and Vendadu drove a solid race. Oh, good job. Everyone actually drove a very solid race. There's very little pole position changing throughout the race. I mean, it's a pretty easy track for that, but you guys did a very good job. No one had a major spin out, major collision. Let's try to add some more excitement next race.
Except in the pace lap.
I think the
Comment
pace lap. had
lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pace lap,
Three
yeah.
wrecks in the pace lap.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, we had quite the viewership too. Very cool. I can't see how many, but I did see some emotes in the chat.
Steering damage, so from the pace lap.
Okay.
Brand's hatches.
Alright, well, good race, guys. I'm going to close out the stream.
All right, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you
Thanks, Cam.
commentating.
No worries, guys. Alright, so thank you so much for everyone who stuck out the entire race. It was a 1 hour of great fun. This is the first race of the 5th season of our Forza races here at the Over 30 Clan. It is a 12 race season. We do it once per week. We take the 10 of the top 10 of the best races for each driver, and that's what we rank them for the season by. That way, if someone has a disconnect like we had happen today, or if someone's not able to make it because of a life event, then they can still obviously participate for the entire season. So it's a great way to kind of make up for unexpected things like that. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to learn more about the Over 30 Clan, you can go to over30clan.com. You check our blog out at blog.over30clan.com. You can check us out on SoundCloud by searching for Over 30 Clan. We do have a weekly podcast that we release as well. I've been your host, O30C. My personal Twitch channel is twitch.tv/O30C. I switch, Twitch stream pretty much daily, and I also announce for the Over 30 Clan during their Forza race series. So thank you so much for everyone who's still here. Drop an emote in the chat if you want to kind of wave goodbye before I clear up the stream here. And again, thank you, Cowabunga, to the for the follow. That's always appreciated as well. All right, have a good one, guys. Take care.